So we're going to be talking about while loops. All while loops are is that we can execute some code repeatedly while some condition remains true. This is how you write a while loop. We're just going to type in while, then we need a set of parentheses, and then a set of curly brackets. Now, within the parentheses, this is our condition. As long as some condition within here is true, we will execute whatever code is between these curly brackets over and over and over again. But it's also important to add a way to exit the while loop. Otherwise, you're stuck in what's called an infinite loop. So here's an example of an infinite loop, and this is what you don't want to do, all right? So we're going to set the condition while 1 is equal to 1. We'll display something, maybe a message. So cout, help, I'm trapped in an infinite loop. And then let's add an end line after this. All right, well, let's see what happens. Let's run the program. All right, as you can see, it's just repeating this code that we have within the while loop over and over and over again, and it's not stopping because we don't have any way to exit this while loop. So it's important to add a way to exit your while loop so you can continue on with the rest of the program. As fun as this is, it's not practical. Now, I'll demonstrate a good example of us using a while loop that's actually practical this time. For example, we could prompt someone to enter their name, and we can keep on asking them if they don't enter in their name if they try and skip it. So it's a great way to force the user to enter in something, maybe some information, because we won't let them continue with the rest of the program until they do something or enter that information in. So let's create an example of that where we're prompting a user to enter their name in repeatedly until they actually do. So let's create a string variable named name, and we're not going to assign this right away. So this is the syntax for a while loop again. We're just going to type while. We're going to put our condition within a set of parentheses, and then all of the subset of code for the while loop is going to be between two curly brackets. So what we're going to check within the while loop, this will be the condition. Perhaps if name is empty. So we're going to use the string empty function, and it will check to see if our name is empty. So if this condition remains true, what are we going to do? Let's create a prompt such as, please enter your name. And we'll add an end line after this. And then we will get line cin the user's name, whatever they type in. And then once we exit this while loop, we'll display a welcome message. So cout, welcome, then the user's name. All right, let's try this. All right, please enter your name. I'm just going to hit enter to skip this part, and it's having us enter our name again. No, no, no. All right, so then it's just going to continue on and on until I actually enter in something. So now if I want to exit this while loop, I'll have to type in a name, and I can't continue on with the rest of the program until I do. So I'm just going to type in bro, hit enter, and we escaped the while loop, and it displays our welcome message, and it says, welcome, bro. So that's a good example of us using a while loop that has some practical uses. One thing to pay attention to with while loops is that if our condition is false from the beginning, we will actually skip this while loop and completely ignore it and continue on with the rest of the program. So an example of this, let's say for our name, let's assign this a value, and I'll just type in an empty space, all right? So what would happen if we assign this a value and this condition within our while loop is false from the get-go, from the beginning? Well, this is what happens then. We just skip it completely. So in order to even enter the while loop, the condition has to be true then. If it's not true, when we reach the while loop in our program, it will skip it completely if it's false from the beginning.